today's video is about the challenge of creating relentless content. My name's Stefan Boyle, I'm one of the co-founders of Marketing Republic. Now, in content marketing, one of the biggest challenges people face is frequency. When we first ask people, how often are you putting out content? And some will say things like, well, yeah, regular as clockwork, every month we put out a blog post. Now, to be frank, one piece of content, one blog post a month is not enough. To give you some kind of idea, some clients, we are posting 2 pieces a day. That's kind of the level you can get to. It's not essential you do that much, but obviously the more you do, the more chance you have of getting found and being read and actually connecting with people. But regular posting, regular content marketing is a vital activity. So 1 piece a month is not regular. To give you some kind of perspective as well on video marketing, for example, I'm sure you've heard the stats. There is hours and hours and hours of video uploaded to YouTube every second of the day, every single day, 24 hours a day. So that just gives you some kind of scale. So it's important not to get lost in the ether, and actually just putting out a very small piece of content is going to be hard to get you found on a regular basis. The next thing that's a challenge is what to write about. Now, let's be honest, with most people in business, if I sat them down and spoke about their challenges, asked them some questions about what they're doing, what activity they're going through, what challenges, what successes, I'm sure most people in business can actually talk all day long about it, and that's fantastic. I personally love talking with entrepreneurs and people in business about what they're doing, and I find it fascinating. But at the same time, with many people, you actually then sit them down and say, right, can you actually create some content, write some articles, some blog posts, do some videos about that? All of a sudden people, get that writer's block moment, it's like, what do I write about? What's interesting, is my opinion, valid? Do people want to read that? In short, the answer is yes. There's lots of ways of creating subjects and having a strategy and a system to actually creating content. Personally, I enjoy writing. I don't find it a problem, but that's because we use a system and a process as well to implement and find ways of writing regular content. And we're brainstorming continually in our own business and also for clients as well about subject matters, what it is that people want to read about in your marketplace. The next thing is distribution of content. It's great to write brilliant pieces of content that's really interesting, really useful to your target market. But ultimately, if you don't get eyeballs in that content, you're wasting your time. So there's an art and a system again to syndicating that content across the web, making sure people find it either using your email, syndicate networks to actually spread it across the web. Social media, obviously, and obviously your website, SEO, to optimize each piece of content. So the content you're writing is being found, people are connecting and engaging with your content as well. So making sure people find what it is you're putting out there in your target market is great. Now, obviously, it is about your target market. There's no point having 1 million people a day coming to your website if no one is engaging in any way. It's not the right sort of people. If you're writing about Justin Bieber and you're a B2B business, there might be lots of people who are Justin Bieber fans finding you, but it's not relevant to you, obviously, and that's a bit of an obvious thing. Another big problem is time. Content marketing does take time, and some people haven't got the time or, to be honest, the inclination to keep creating content. It's a commitment. And again, you systemize your time management as well about how you do that. But finding the time, again, to do it on a regular basis to keep putting this content out there is a problem for many people. So there's different ways around that. Of course, you can outsource it to people like ourselves. You can hire people, or you can just commit yourself to continue creating that content. The other thing is what types of content. Of course, you can do things like video. Now, video is a big thing. You don't have to be a video professional presenter. Quite clearly, look at my videos. They're not. I'm not a pro, but you have to put yourself out there, and that leads on to my final point, really, on the challenge. Is actually being brave. It's very easy to shy away from putting your thought pieces out there. And I like to talk about this as an example of the celebrity world. you've only got to look at, we've all heard of the trolls and the haters who slander and talk about people on their social media and just really nasty, vitriolic and much worse than that. And it's a pretty distasteful thing to do. But in business, you have to be brave to put your opinion, your thought pieces out there, and actually, whether it's in video, whether it's in the written word, whether it's on stage, whether it's in presentations, online, offline, etc. It is important to be brave so you actually have an opinion that actually people listen to. It's very easy to be bland and nondescript and not really, actually challenge people's thinking in any way. So being brave is vitally important, and don't worry what people say, what people think. Ultimately, you can't be all things to all men in life. You can't get on with everyone you meet. Not everyone you meet will like you, but the people who do like you will engage with you, will become to trust you, and will trade with your business. And as Seth Godin says, you create a tribe, followers, people who find what you say interesting, believe that you know what you're talking about, and want to trade with you because they do know, like, and trust you. And that is ultimately what we're trying to achieve here. It's engaging with those people. The people who don't like you will never trade with you anyway, so don't worry about them. But the people who possibly were thinking about it or didn't know of you but found your content, be it a video, be it your blog, an article you've written for an article site or another directory or another online site, of course. That's how you engage with people, by putting yourself out there. Now, every piece of content, obviously every marketing piece you create as well, has to have a structure to it. You have, a headline, an introduction, what this piece is about. Then you have the value piece, and actually what you're talking about has actually got some value that people want to listen to, some ideas and tips, some inspiration, or whatever it may be. And then lastly, probably the most important part, apart from the value, is a call to action. Now, with this piece today, our call to action is we're offering a free content marketing audit. Now, what that means is we will look at your content, your website, your blogs, your videos, your social media, the whole range, anything you're doing, primarily online. We'll look at that content and we'll give you a report on what we think of it. Ultimately, you do with it as you wish, but we will give you our recommendation, our tips, and our expert opinion on how you're using your content, how you're distributing it, how well it's working for you, and we'll give you some tips and ideas. Now, you may well be watching this video on a video site, on YouTube, etc. It could be, it's obviously being syndicated across the internet, but there'll be a link on here somewhere down below in the description that will take you to a page on our site where there'll be a sign-up box in there for you to apply for a free content marketing audit. Now, that sign-up is very simple. We're not going to make it difficult. All we need is your name, email and telephone number so we can at least engage with you and talk to you. And then we need to know what your channels are. That would be your website, your blog, your YouTube channel, your social media, anything you're putting out there you want us to look at for you and to assess and give you our recommendations. That's all we want from you. So this is really on a first come, first served basis. We actually charge some clients for this, but at this stage we want to give you this free audit so we can give you some recommendations to help you implement that in your business. So I hope you've liked this video. Please click through to our site, sign up today, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future. My name's Stefan Boyle. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.